I so excited for this episode right here. I so excited for this one. Super excited. Welcome back to the Real Medz podcast. Episode 6. And the question for this episode was, when was the last time you challenged yourself to something, right? You challenged yourself to something. You took that challenge seriously. You took it seriously and you accomplished it. And after you accomplish it, how did you grow from it? How did you grow through this challenge? Because my philosophy is this, right? Challenges make you grow. Especially if you accomplish it. They make you grow. So, as I was thinking about it one day, I was like, you know what? Let me go interview some people. Let me go interview some entrepreneurs. Let me go interview some people and just see what challenges they put themselves through. I see how they go through it. And it was amazing to me, some of the stuff that was shared. So, I combined those 10 different responses into one video. And now you as a viewer, you get to see 10 different ways or 10 different things that people challenge themselves to and how they accomplish it. So y'all know what I want y'all to do. All the YouTube stuff. I want y'all to like it, subscribe to it, comment on it, and share some of the stuff that y'all challenge yourself to. Share it. Let's grow this community together. One brick at a time. And then, don't forget, share with your uncle, share with your sister, share with your nana, share with your best friend. Let's go. Let's jump right into it. No long talking. Let's jump right into it. See you on the next side.
Well, I just came out with a music video. I wrote a song. It's actually the second song I wrote. Came out with a music video. Actually did the music video. Executed it. Huh?
Let's hear part of the song.
Oh, Lord. With the curse words. Let's see. Make sure when you mention me, put some big respect on my name. And book now.
I need a whole bar. I need a 16.
That's the bar. Oh, my gosh.
I need a full 16.
Are we about to play the song right now?
No, I need you to do it live. I need a full 16.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, give me 8 then. Just 8.
Okay. Well, she about to play the song. Let me try to remember my lyrics.
What?
There you go. Book now. You want Nala Stitch or both? Okay. My HC wigs, they ain't no joke.
Book now.
Okay. Don't go crying. Okay. That's the song, y'all. So make sure you go listen to it and comment and share it and tell all your friends. I know, it's so catchy. It's so cringe when I listen to it.
So what was the challenge?
Getting that together. I mean, there was different people in the video. You had to book the studio. Make sure just getting everybody on the same page, which is why booking events and booking things where a lot of people are involved, I hate it. I like to be in control of everything. And when I'm working with different people, I'm not really in control of what they're doing. So I'm just hoping that everybody is good with business. But with this project, everybody was good with business. So it worked out. I'm like, thank God. That's why I like how I have my business structure, because I set the tone, I make the rules, and everybody just works under the boundaries that I have, which right. I'm going to make good boundaries for this business because that's how it has grown to this. Right. But if I were to leave this business to booth rent and people bringing their own personal business in here to rent chairs in here, it'd be a zoo in here because people are not good with business. They're not. And I know this because I have several stylists and I know what they do that I don't like. So I know the average person out there is doing the same thing. So I need to be in control of all of that or it's just not going to be successful. So I was really happy with the fact that with the music video, everybody played their role to the T. I was like, oh my God, this is a dream. It was so smooth. And when it was done, I was like, oh my God.
So you're going to get into video production as well?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I feel like my business is so on the verge of going so big that I can literally, on social media, I should only be using my songs. I should only be using my products for everything. That's kind of how I feel. I know, because I'm just kind of tapping into this part of business. So right. Branding is about to be on 10. Very soon.
I like that.
For real.
So
Mark my words.
The challenge was the music video.
That was a challenge, yes.
You took it seriously.
I did.
You accomplished it.
I did.
How did you grow from that challenge?
I grew because I was like, okay, you're gonna have to step it up with content. Like, nobody's writing a song. Nobody that owns a braiding shop is writing a song and putting out a video.
Where did the inspiration come from to do that?
It came from, I just grew up liking music and liking dancing and stuff. So it just came from me knowing that side of myself.
Right.
I'm like, this gonna be new to everybody. They're not even gonna see it coming. And it's like, oh, I do it. And everybody's like, girl, what you doing? Girl, you're crazy. You really did that? I like your video. So I know that that's how people are going to react because they would probably never do that. So to see me do it, they're like, girl, you really did that?
You really did that.
Exactly. And that's when, so who is she? What does she do? She the owner of a braid shop? Let me see their work. Oh, they got good work. So it's a spiral of what I need it to be.
Marketing.
Literally. I know. And I don't even feel that way. Can you imagine?
Really?
I don't feel that way.
Give yourself some props, girl.
I know, but that's my problem. I don't give myself props. I don't give myself props until somebody tries to discredit me. That's the only time I'm like, up.
All right. Well,
don't forget.
Let me give you your credit in this moment.
Come on with it.
Credit.
Come on with it.
Marketing genius.
Hello.
Got your braid salon.
Thank you.
Business is doing well.
Yes, it's flowing through.
Salute to you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Keep going up.
Thank you.
Keep going up.
I appreciate you. This was fun. I enjoyed this actually. I'm enjoying.
Last month, what was the challenge? Hosting my first barber expo, and I got
Why was it a challenge?
because I had to face so much adversity and so much red tape and so many people telling me that it couldn't be done, and I believed that it could be done, and I willed it into existence.
That was the one that was at the George R. Brown
Convention center.
Yeah,
Yes.
cause a friend of mine, he a barber too. He went to it. Joe Finn.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there.
He was one of our sponsors.
That's my guy right there.
He was one of our vendors. And we had an amazing time. And it lit a fire under so many people at that expo. Because I let people know that just because, you're in the spotlight or just because you've accomplished so much, it doesn't mean that, you're not human or you're not going through things. And I had to let them know firsthand, like, I'm weak and I'm tired and I'm vulnerable and I've been going through so much putting that together that the only thing that kept me going was accomplishing that goal. Because once I accomplished that goal and I have all of these people here, all of these spirits, all of this energy, being put on me, it was what I needed because of the beatings that I had to take to get to that point. A lot of people burned bridges with me to get to that point. A lot of fake friends fell off for me to get to that point. A lot of people who I thought were there riding for me was MIA for me to get to that point. But me still willing it to existence, I found people who wanted to support me and wanted to put into me. And it was like I was dumping off so much old and shedding my skin to move to this next level. Like when a snake grows, they shed their skin. And it's funny too, because that's the nickname my grandmother gave me. Snake.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's what I told her too. That's what I told. I said, Grandma, it sounds like a bad thing, but when you say it, you make it sound cool. Like, and I looked up what snakes represent, and snakes represent wisdom.
Kobe was a snake, huh?
The black mamba.
Right, okay.
And when I looked up what a snake means, and it had a lot of wisdom. And I was like, okay, well, wisdom is a good thing. Wisdom means, you have a lot of knowledge and experience. And, I've I've learned a lot.
Right.
I've learned a lot in this game, but I'm still learning this shit every day.
Most definitely. So the challenge was putting it together. You accomplished it because it happened. It was a success. How did you grow from it?
I don't have a lot of the same friends anymore.
That's growth.
I don't have the same mindset anymore. I've took on so much pain and disappointment and failure and hurt, and I'm still here. I absorbed a lot of energy, good and bad, and I'm still here. And with that being said, I'm hungry for more, and my plate just got that much bigger with how much I just had on it. And I ate all of that shit. All of it. All of it. Every last drop. Good or bad.
I want to touch back on what you just said. You said you lost some friends. A lot of people feel like they gotta have those same friends to go.
Absolutely.
And I hear people say everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. That's absolutely true.
Like, what was that feeling like knowing that, man, I lost a couple of people while I was trying to accomplish this? Like, is that I guess to some degree it's like that it messes with you mentally, like, damn, like, I really, me and bro not even cool no more because, you know, like, what's that like? What's that process like?
That process brings a balance, because with them falling off, it brings an open slot. And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do with that open slot? You're gonna use that open slot for the direction that you're going in. And my direction that I'm going with is up. So now with me moving up, I have this open slot. And I have this person that I just met that's on the same frequency as me, that has knowledge that I need to take it to that next level.
Right.
That's been at that next level. That's floating on that shit. I'm taking that person and I'm putting them in that passenger seat. And we riding them. And yes, it sucks that bro couldn't make it. Or I call him little bro. Put them in the back seat. And now big bro can come sit up front. And put me on. And show me how to grow. And that growth brings a balance. That growth brings good to help balance out the bad.
What is balance?
Balance is,
Cause I don't see a such thing as balance. Like, I don't believe in balance. Like, that's just me though. Like, what in our life is balance?
what do you mean you don't believe in balance?
Like someone, I believe that if you in balance, then that means you out of focus. Like, meaning that if you're trying to grow your business, you're not gonna have 100% balance in your, you're not gonna be all the way locked into your family life. Like, something gotta give. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my perspective on it though. Like, I just don't see things as balanced. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but and everybody have their different philosophies, their different takes on things. So
balance is just it's a happy ground, and it's a place where you want to be able to equally distribute your energy into multiple atmospheres, and everybody's balance and everybody's scale is different.
I'm gonna send you a video on what I was just talking about before I leave, so you can kind of like get another perspective on what I'm saying. But
I understand what you're saying, because you know, like you have to take energy and time from certain aspects to excel in other aspects, and that creates an imbalance. Right. And an imbalance can also be a good thing because it'll allow you to push in certain areas. But life is never perfect. It's never perfect. It's never going to be exactly to the T the way you want it. But there's always going to be things in life that do come that you do want. Everybody has a different, you know, like, not to say the word balance, but everybody has a different
If that's your word,
perspective.
Go ahead, man. Let me change your mind. That's your word. That's your word, and I respect that.
But no, I was intrigued about what you said about, you don't believe in balance, and I was kind of just interested in where you were going with it, right? And what you meant, because I'm a workaholic, and I love what I do, and when I do something, I put my all into it, and that creates an imbalance because now I'm sucking my energy from other areas just to focus on one thing.
So you get what I'm doing.
Absolutely, I get where you're going 100%. And we all want the perfect balance in life, but we're never really gonna get it. We can hope to achieve a certain level, but balance is like perfection, and nobody's perfect. So I do understand that. I do understand where you're coming from.
Good. Yes, sir.
And if you don't mind sharing, what was that challenge?
It was a small one. I'll tell you the small one. It was working out.
That's not small. Man, you know, I'm doing 75 hard right now. You know what 75 hard is?
Yes.
I'm doing it right now.
Ooh, yeah,
And
congratulations.
I'm on day 40. I'm on day 46. And not to cut you off, but I've been this person that I always have an athletic build, but I've always been this person where I start working, I stop. Mm-hmm. I start and I stop. I'll go for a good 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Stop. But you know, through DeAndre, when I signed the contract with 75 Hard and I committed to it,
yeah.
And with DeAndre calling me every day, text me, hey bro, come on. Now I passed the 3 week mark now.
Yeah.
So no, that's not small.
Well, I'm not doing 75 hard. I've thought about it, but I haven't done it yet. But just, the doctor wanted to put me on blood pressure pills. And I already know it's because of my weight. If I were to lose a little weight and just that walk every day, then I'm fine.
Right.
So I went from 1 mile to 3 miles, and now I'm at 4.5 miles a day. So, but I feel good. If I don't do it, I don't feel myself. So, like, I can't even get my day started without taking my walk, and that's my time. I go out, and normally I'm outside, but when I seen the snake and it started getting hot, I was like, okay, let me go inside. Mm-hmm. But I can still listen to spiritual music, or I'll listen to Steve Harvey, or some type of motivational. Les Brown, love Les Brown and Bob Proctor. So,
you know what you saying? These people you listening to, I will. I'm gonna say it here today. It's gonna be someone one day reach out to me. They're gonna be like, man, you know, when I'm working, I listen to your stuff. Mm-hmm. Someone gonna tell me that one day. I'm putting that out there right now in this moment.
Absolutely.
There's gonna be someone that's gonna reach out and be like, bro, I listen to your stuff when I'm working out, or whenever they doing something.
Yeah, that's cool.
For you to say that just now, that just gave me some inspiration. Mm-hmm. And I needed that.
Absolutely. Good.
I needed that inspiration just now. It's gonna happen. It will happen.
It's gonna happen. Absolutely. You putting it in the atmosphere and the vibration. Yes, it's gonna happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So
it has to. You already put it out there.
I sure did. So the challenge was working out. Mm-hmm. Why was that a challenge?
Like you, when you say that, I start, I stop. But I just...
What was your reason for stopping?
Just the weather, anything. the kids ain't acting right. My last attempt, I went, and it's this guy over there that wants to be everybody's trainer, and he had me on this thing because I wanted to be fit for my 50th birthday. I ended up pulling a pinched nerve. I got a pinched nerve in my neck. So after that, I was just kind of hemmed up, and it was fear. Like, I don't want to go through that pain again. So that's another reason I haven't went back to the weights, because I'm like, that pain is excruciating, but I still walk. So it was a challenge to get up every morning and just be committed to myself. And that's what I wanted to do. That's why it was a challenge, because I'm like, can you be committed to yourself the way you were committed to other people, getting up, going to a job every day? Ooh. You did that. So be committed to yourself and your health. So
people need to hear that one right there. You could be committed to somebody else going to that job, and why can't you be committed to yourself?
Absolutely.
I need to find a way to structure that and put it as one of my podcast questions.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that one right there could bring a lot of, make people really think.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And listening to Les Brown, he's like, if you're going to bet on anybody, bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Because you know you, and you know what you're capable of.
True. True.
I can't bet on nobody else, so I had to start betting on me. Yeah.
The challenge was that, and you took that challenge serious, and you have accomplished that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Salute to you.
Thank you.
Because some people don't ever accomplish their challenges.
True.
So let me ask you this one last question concerning that. How did you grow? Because like we both agreed on just now, challenges make you grow. Mm-hmm. So how did you grow within that challenge?
I grew for myself with not relying on a blood pressure pill, because it was either lose some weight, walk, or blood pressure pills. I know I don't want to be on pills for the rest of my life, so that was no. Me hearing the doctor and taking action instead of saying, oh well, I died of something. No, I'm not trying to die. And then the growth, seeing other people that can't even walk, and their struggle, and I have the means to go out and walk. I can breathe on my own. I'm not on a breathing machine or crutches or wheelchair. So take advantage of what God has given you. If you don't, I feel like you just kind of like spitting in his face, kind of like, But if he gives it to you and allows you to be able to do it, why not?
True.
Yeah. So that was a growth. Also thinking back, I used to live in California, and the sun would be so like beaming in my eyes at 6:30 in the morning. I'm headed to somebody else's job, and I'd be like, oh, I hate this sun. And my mentor's mother is 89, and she couldn't see, but she had a memory, and she would ask me, how did it feel today? And I'm like, wow, I'm complaining about the sun being too bright in my eyes, and she's just living the sun through me speaking, and she's not complaining.
Wow.
Like, wow, you come, girl. So that's when I had to start checking myself a lot. Like, you better start being thankful for things instead of complaining about everything. So, yeah.
What's even amazing that you recognize that. You recognize in that moment, like, that question she asked you, how you took that into perspective. Because some people would hear that question and just bypass it and not pay no attention to it, but that says a lot about you. Like, you recognize what was going on.
Wow.
And that made you change your thought process, like, hey, check yourself, like, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes. I think those are God downloads, like, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
I would say my biggest one was going back to school. That was challenging myself. Like, I really was.
What you went back to school for?
I went back for video effects and motion graphics and ended up getting a degree in digital imaging. sort of the same thing.
Right.
Excuse me. Yeah, because I went through this phase of saying I didn't need college. I really felt that way. I mean, I'm in the entrepreneur world, so I thought I didn't need college. But as time progressed, I felt like I ain't did nothing though. You know, you was like an athlete in high school. You can only hang on that for so long. You know, you can't say I was smart in high school for so long outside of college. So once I dropped out, I went to Prairie View. Didn't do good there, so I dropped out. And I was like, I gotta do something that's an adult. Like, whatever, I ain't done nothing. I'm a grown man. I can't be like, oh, I was cold at football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just sound dumb. So I challenged myself to go back to school. And it was impossible. I mean, not even just saying the challenge, like it was literally impossible. I had no money, had no way to do it. I literally did it on a prayer.
Wait, hey, that's powerful.
Yeah.
You said a prayer. You did it on prayer.
I did it on prayer. I told the lady when I signed up, she said, how you gonna pay for this? I said, pray. That's a true story.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I said, I had no way. So for those that have little faith, do understand that I got through school with the biggest of faith. I had used up all my scholarship money and stuff like that at Prairie View.
Right.
And I had took loans because, everybody get them overpayment checks, right? So when I went to Art Institute, they was basically like, we don't have no money for you. I'm like, it gotta be something. I don't know what it is. Gotta be something because I want to do it.
This was the conversation you was having.
Yeah, this is in admissions. This is before I even get classes. This is me going to admissions. And I love older black women. They are gods to me because I've always gotten good situations with these older black women. They always help me out. It's an older black woman at the Art Institute, and she was running through some stuff. And I can't even tell y'all what Pell Grant, what loan, what it was that I took because I was like, God got me. So whatever it is I need to do, that student loan will be there. And I remember she was, because for those that went to Art Institute, you know that you have to pay almost monthly, right? However it was set up, I didn't have to do that. It was completely set up to where I was straight. I never paid a monthly bill my 2 years at the Art Institute. And that's one thing that stopped people because it'd be like $600, $700, $800, $900 a month. Sometimes more than that depending on what you're doing. Every month. That's more than rent. I can't afford that. So go back to school, tell this lady I'm doing it on the prayer. I get all the way down to my last.
What was her response when you told her that?
She just kind of looked at me like, okay. But I think some people take me as determined though.
Right.
Like, she looked at me like, all right, you know better than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't like, yeah. She wasn't like that. She thought I was crazy. I remember she was like, you ain't got no plan. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Right.
Here you go. You owe us this amount now.
Right.
And I got down to my last. So you say how did completed it? Because it ain't. Who cares how you started if you don't complete it? Got down to my last quarter. I'm doing graduation stuff. I gotta go talk to the dean. I'm like, I gotta talk to the dean. Dean comes in. He's like, hey, you haven't made any payments. And I was like, yeah, I know. On everything I love, I was like, I told the lady when I signed up that I was gonna be praying for this, and I'm almost done.
You told the dean that?
I told the dean this. I was in this office, just me and him. He was like, so what you gonna do? I said, sir, because I couldn't get my classes. That's why I had to talk to him. I owed women. And you owe, they got a hold, you can't file for new classes. So I went to go talk to the dean, because I want to talk to everybody. The dean was the only person.
Right.
And as crazy as this sound, I don't know if I'm gonna get him in trouble or whatever it be. I told him the situation. Like I told the lady in the beginning when I came day one that this was my plan, that I was gonna pray, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. He goes, well, I'm gonna waive this right now so you can sign up for your classes.
Wow. But
I need you to make one payment, at least one payment, right? And I'm poor. I mean, I'm broke. I am not joking. I'm driving like a 1990 Volvo in 2014. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, 15. I graduated 15. So it's like, yeah, I'm super broke. And to sum it up, because you said, how did you finish?
You driving now? Nah, that's
much better though. Much better though. So the dude, I go back to the guy 2 weeks before my graduation, and I tell him, to the dean, and I tell him, I ain't got nothing to pay, but I'm giving something. It was $20. I put $20 on my books. And he let me get my graduation stuff.
No way.
I swear to God, I can't
No
even
way.
make that up. That's the true story.
You paid $20 in 2 years.
In 2 years. Well, the loan stuff took care of a lot, but you know, like you got to pay monthly to subsidize the other stuff. So yeah, real spiel. Just
So
so I
money
can
ain't never
finish.
the issue then.
Nah, but it's man, it's nah. It was good.
Bro, this story is different.
Yeah, but that's all my stories though. That's all my story. We'll be all there and tell you all, but all my stories are
Power
like
of
that.
prayer.
Power of prayer. I wouldn't have did it. And the only reason I went back to school was, like you said, to finish. I had to start something and finish it. I had this mentor. He's like my dad. You know, he's almost like Jesus on earth to me. Probably not a lot of other people too, because he's a mentor. But when I dropped out and I was trying something new, I tried a bunch of different stuff. He said, you know, you start a lot of stuff, you just don't finish them. And that was the most hurtful and most influential thing that ever happened. That little sentence changed my whole life. Like, seriously. Because as soon as he said it, it was like a movie. It was like, started this, and it's like nothing finished.
The whole list, huh?
Yeah, you be like, you ain't finished nothing. There's nothing that you finished. What have you done? So after he said that, I was like, I gotta get this degree. I got to. I went back like a new person. I would probably say in 2013 was the start of my change, because I went back, I sat in the front row, I came with pen and pencil. I was thinking like, man, why y'all keep talking? Like, oh, let the teacher talk. Like, you know, I became that person. So yeah, 2015, I graduated from the Art Institute with a degree in digital imaging. That was the last thing and one of the biggest things I can say as a project that I started and finished. Because that's not easy. It was, you know, you basically do 4 years in 2 years. And so you go to school for 4 quarters instead of 2 semesters.
Right.
So yeah, it was hard. That was
you
hard.
did it though.
I did it.
You
I'm
did
talking
it.
about 4-hour classes.
You did it.
Yeah.
Through the power of prayer, you did
Through the
it.
power of prayer. Yeah, definitely.
Man, shout out God.
Man, shout out God. Man, shout out God. I would not have nothing without God. I swear, the power of God.
Hey,
Every time.
that just changed my life, bro.
Yeah, every
that story
time.
just changed my life.
Every time.
Cause I feel like some people put so much limiting beliefs on themselves sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, I don't got this, so I can't do that. Man, I don't got this, so I can. But you was like, man, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna walk in this office, tell them, hey, this all I.
Man,
And it happened.
I got a quick one. December 2017, I went home, and you know, people, my family, they was like, what you doing? What you doing? What you got up? I was like, man, you know, I've been doing this photography thing, but I want a
went
storefront.
home? What is home?
To Dallas. I went to Dallas. Went back to the family. And I was like, you know, for Christmas or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing this photography thing, man, but I want a storefront. I want a storefront. I'm like, I just feel like if I had a place for people to go, I'd get bookings. Because it's hard for me to book them at a park and then it rains, or tell somebody to come to your house is just
Right.
weird, you know what I'm saying? So I need a storefront.
And you don't want everybody at your house either.
Yeah, so
Right.
I feel like the fam kind of doubted. I had my cousin was like, why you gonna do that? What? That's crazy. Fast forward, February. So from December to February, I started looking. I'm looking. And when I'm looking, I can't find nothing. So we do what you're supposed to do. You write down what you want. I want this. I want a garage door. I want pre-built rooms. I want all this stuff. I need this.
Well,
Keep looking.
How'd you write? Did you write it in a notebook or
Yeah, I got a
vision board or
notebook.
something?
No, I got a notebook. I got tons of notebooks. I just went through one of my notebooks and I'm mad because I had wrote down some goals from like March and I'm looking like, oh, you slipping. Right. So I got tons of notebooks like everywhere. So I always write in my notebook date and time. I always write in my notebook. So I'm like, bam, I need this. So we was searching. I think like one day,
Who's we?
Me and my wife, she was my girlfriend at this point. We was searching. And I think we went to go get something to eat. We went down this back road and I saw a for lease sign. And I was like, man, we're gonna check it out because I've been looking at everything. So whatever.
2018 now.
This 2018. This is February.
February 2018.
Yeah, this is February 2018. So I'm looking at it. I'm just like, I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying, like, been looking. So we called the person, dude answered. That'll never happen. You normally have to leave voicemails for these
Right.
people. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh damn. I was like, Kerry just passed by one of your properties. Wondering if you had any, you know what I'm saying, available units. He was like, yeah, I do. I was like, when can I check it out? He was like, you can check it out today. I'm like, man, this is another thing. Like, this never happens. So we go look at it. It's trash. I mean, it looks terrible. But it had everything that I asked for. The pre-built rooms. I saw this place without the lights on. The lights wasn't even on. Like, you feel what I'm saying? The garage was in the back. Everything that I needed was there, basically. It was just raggedy. So I couldn't even afford it, right? I couldn't afford it, so I asked how much it is. All right, cool, blah, blah. All right, bet. I want to say the next day, somebody breaks into my car, right? Somebody break into my car. My neighbor comes and tell me, hey, I saw the person that broke into your car. It's the people that stay right there. What? Them kids? I see them. It was some teenagers. They stay in my apartments. Nigga ain't take nothing. Stupid shit. Nigga stole gum. Dumb shit. But they was you could tell somebody be in your car.
Right.
So I'm mad, man. I'm like about to kill somebody mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel violated and you live here.
Right.
So I'm searching for them because I know where they be at. I'm searching. I finally find little homie. He was with some people. I couldn't do nothing. So I'm just mad again. You feel what I'm saying? But I catch him later. I see him. I run up on him. I got a bet. I'm finna knock the block off, right? I'm so mad. I calm down because he say his age. Damn. I can't whoop this nigga because I'm gonna whoop you and I'm gonna get in trouble. So I calm down, I get all this information or whatever, so I'm pissed. I'm mad. Light bulb goes off. I can't afford this studio. And I don't like my apartments no more because I'm about to whoop this little nigga. Like, I don't trust him because he ain't with partners. I done ran up on him already, so who knows who he know that run up on me at this point, whatever the case may be. So I go to my apartment, I tell him, hey man, I had an issue with blah, 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 blah. They broke into my car, I confronted him. He said he did it, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to live here no more. All right, cool, I had 1 more month on my lease. So that money that I was going to pay on my lease was the money to get me in my studio. I moved out of my apartment into my studio.
Hold up, like you was living in the studio?
I lived in the studio when I first got it.
You lived in there?
I lived in there with my 2 dogs. Like, lived in there to start it off with. Yeah. Like, took all my stuff, the stuff that couldn't fit, put it in storage, like wash dryer type stuff, put that stuff in storage, moved into my studio. So February, when I got it, I was basically living there. Now my girlfriend had an apartment too, so it ain't like I ain't, but eventually we both lived in there. But yeah, that's how that works. And that was coming from me. If you go back, like I said, that came from people doubting me knowing what I wanted, me praying for it, not seeing it, and then going back and writing it down to where everything I wrote down from, like, there were pre-built rooms. And they used to trap in the place that I got. So it had a recording studio wall built up, like the room, all that stuff was already built in there.
Is that the studio you in today?
Yeah, the same studio I got today. I got 2 studios now, but Studio 1 was the one I used to live in. Yeah.
Hey, you salute that. Salute. That's all I can say is salute. Like, you did that. The chances people would not take, you took it.
Yeah. And like you said, faith and believing in God.
And now you just got me thinking, like, all that happened for a reason. They broke your car for you to get out of your lease to save that money and put into your studio.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I couldn't get it. I was like, dang, man, I just found this place, bro, but I can't afford that right now. Like, I can't afford it right now. And me thinking it's such a good deal, I think when I got my studio, it was like $800. It's done went up since, inflation. But it just be like, it was like $800. And it was an $800 deposit. Even to make it even worse, I had my rent, which was like $7.95 or something. So, I was working at Red Lobster at this point. So it was like, when I got the money from the rent, I still didn't have enough. So I told my landlord, he was like, if you can just do half now, we'll wait till the next month come, and then you can do the other half. So I got into my studio for like $1,200, and he gave me a couple of days because I got that studio like February 22nd, and you got like the little what's the name, but he didn't charge me for March, so I paid in February. So when I got in, I didn't pay him again till April. So yeah, it was good.
Man.
And homie let me, and I was late starting off, man. There wasn't no business coming in. Shit, I was asking partners for, hey, you got a little bit more? I need to get this rent, bro. Shout out to my homie James, man. That was real nigga that, cause a lot of people will give you money for rent.
Let's get the clean version.
My bad.
You good.
Shout out to my homie James for that, man. Because yeah, man. Cause not a lot of people,
out, huh?
not a lot of people do that, man. Like straight up helped out. I'll say just to keep it afloat, cause you start going down. I had a friend that just helped it stay up a little bit, and then we just floated till we was able to get Studio 2, and like now I got Studio 2. Started in like a 1,000. It was 1,200 square foot. Now we got 3,000 square feet. So yeah, it's big. I ain't even
From an apartment to living in the studio.
yeah.
To growing that to 2 studios and both doing good.
Yeah. And man, God,
Man.
man.
I'm up to get. I need one of them shirts, man, because I need
Yeah.
to get that energy on me. Now.
Yeah.
I gotta get one.
Most definitely, man.
I gotta get one.
Yeah,
I need that
yeah.
energy.
I got you. Like you said, we locked in for sure now, so I
need that
got you
energy.
one. I
need that energy.
Yeah.
Man, that's big.
And what's crazy is I've been to, like, me and my wife, we went to Miami, Colorado, Vegas, and now Cancun. We wore these shirts we always wear, like a matching thing in the airport. Every time somebody say something, whether it's this one or the one that says faith, we got the one that say faith, they always say something, always. And I don't know if it's the design or what, but it's people like, yo, where you get that from? Whether it say this or the other one. So at first I thought it was the design. You know, it catch people off. It seems provocative until I tell them what it means. And then they like, oh man, I want one of those. I went to a t-shirt place in Las Vegas, like to make custom t-shirts because it was cold that day. And I wanted to get a custom hoodie. And dude was like, where you get your shirt from? I'm like, oh, I make these. He was like, bro, give me the website. And I'm like, bro, you make shirts. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and most definitely, I'm going to try to make it a real thing. This is kind of like a side hustle thing, only because it's the brand. It's what I believe in. These stories is based off of faith. So I was like you said, you want the energy on you. Like, this comes from that belief. That looking down and see full assurance in the heart that you got this, that you can do this, that, you know what I'm saying, nothing is impossible. I really don't think anything is impossible.
I can tell.
Like, nothing.
You went off a prayer.
Yeah.
You moved into the studio.
Yeah, that was kind of like a prayer too, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work, but it's going to work. It's going to work for sure. Man, it's going to work. I got some before and after pictures people be blown away with, man. Like, seriously.
You gotta send them to me because I gotta add to this podcast.
Yeah, most definitely,
you gotta send it to me. You gotta text
I got man, when I say, and I know we kind of running long, but I'm I gotta get back to the other side. Let me see. I gotta show you this one thing. I think it's called studio remodeling. Let me see. Yeah. So this was taken the 20. Yeah. That's crazy. So I said the 22nd, got it the same day. So the 22nd of 2018 at 3:38, we were just passing by. And I just said, just took the little thing, screenshot that mug, took the little thing, and then, see? So the 23rd, so I said the 22nd is when I got it. So the 23rd, I paid my money to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, man. So the 22nd, so on that 22nd, we saw it, 23rd, I was in that thing, man. Yeah, that's the 23rd. I got my key at that point. So I saw it on the 22nd. The very next day, I was like, bam. And then just me taking it. And this was what it looked like before. It was trash, man.
Oh, man.
It was trash. But I didn't even see this. What it is now is all I saw. I didn't even see it like that. Like, going back and looking at these, how you looking at them for the first time, is how it was for me. Like,
but you had a vision.
I had a vision. Look at my rooms. Trash rooms, man.
Wow.
Look at this. Trash. Just
bro, you gotta send this. You gotta send those to me so I can add this to this part of the podcast.
Yeah, that was super trash. And we did some building. We did building inside of it. Like, I redid the whole thing inside of there, man. This that same area. It's better now because we enclosed it, but yeah, that was that same area back there. So yeah, man, off of prayer, off of that one there. Definitely faith, man. I'll send you those. Like,
salute, man.
Believe in God, man. Believe in God.
Man, When was the last time you challenged yourself to something? You took that challenge seriously and accomplished it. And if you don't mind sharing what that challenge was. If you don't mind. If not, it's okay. Because my philosophy is this: challenges make you grow.
Right. The last time I challenged myself was last time I challenged myself was almost 2 years ago. I challenged, my challenge to myself was to kick depression in its butt. And my challenges and my little quotes that I have, it just all revolves, death changes you. So everything that I do now, it revolves around my loss. So I was depressed for a whole year, stayed in my room for a whole year, trying to wrap my mind around how did all this happen to me. So I challenged myself every day. I haven't overcome. It's a process. But every day I'm better at. You can be sad without being depressed.
When was the last time you challenged yourself to something and you took it serious and you accomplished it? And if you don't mind, what challenge was that? Because my philosophy is this: challenges make you grow.
Right. I'm ashamed right now because I know that like I can get stuff done, but like I've just been like on a hiatus, like floating and like doing nothing. I ain't gonna say doing nothing because I have been working, but I haven't been going as hard as I know I can. Because I'm usually like the hard worker that never stop.
Right.
And when I told you earlier about when I stopped, I'm still on that stop. Because I'm more in my mind now. Like, but I'm just answer the question. So my story is, I started doing hair at the house. Eventually went to cosmetology school. Finished that. That was something like I was proud of. And then after that, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna cheat myself. I'm going to college for real. Like I want to be a college graduate.
Right.
So I went to business school while I was opening my salon, which was already a major thing. I'm from
Right.
like a small city. Nobody my age had done nothing like that. So it was like I'm 23 years old and I'm opening a commercial business on a busy street, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
a lot of people
Salute to
excited.
you.
Yeah, like it was like exciting. I had ran my money up, I had clientele sold up, like it was just going good. And so I said, I'm going to school. On top of all this that I'm doing, I'm going to school
Right.
too. And
So school is a challenge.
Yeah, school is a challenge.
Okay.
Business major. School is a challenge. So I went to school. I graduated. I finished. That was the hardest thing to do, having a business that was open 9 to 7 and going to school. And I was
Sheesh.
going to the school, not no online classes.
Sheesh.
Like going to the school. So it was a lot to manage, but I did it. And like that's my most proud accomplishment in my life because that wasn't easy.
Salute to you.
And I barely got sleep. But I
Salute
did
to
it.
you on your accomplishment.
Yeah,
You took the challenge on, you accomplished it.
I did.
That's what's up. And because my philosophy is, and maybe this philosophy isn't, maybe this don't apply to you, but I'm gonna just ask the question anyway. You know how I just told you challenges make you grow? Within that challenge, did that make you grow? And
Absolutely.
if it did, in what area?
I'm more valuable now. I can go.
Say less.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta say no more.
Okay.
You add a value to
Yeah.
yourself.
I'm more valuable now. Yeah.
Say less.
So,
I love that. When was the last time you challenged yourself to something, right? You took it serious and you completed it.
My crib. This right here. It's like I'm really big on like manifestation. And I break the year down into quarters. So, you know, January, February, March, that's the first quarter.
Right.
April, May, June, second quarter, you know, and so on and so on. But like right now, we're in the second quarter, and I scratched off all my second quarter goals. I'm preparing myself for the third quarter right now, and the second quarter not even over. You know what I mean?
You ahead of the game.
All the time.
Shout
out to Lowski. Shout out to Lowski. Because I ain't tell him that. I have one of my good friends, he have a apparel called Ahead of the Game Apparel.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, he didn't even know. Yeah,
shout out to Lowski. Check it out now.
Yeah, hard. Signed to Walmart.
I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, he signed to Walmart.
That's hard. That's good though. That's good you ahead of the game, bro. That's good. So
what I really do is research, preparation. You gotta play your hand like it's your last hand every time. And I'm one of those people that I don't allow myself to be comfortable. Like, you know, I thank God for like my crib, but I got my crib, so when I get up, I work every day. So when I get up and I look at where I'm at, that pushed me to go out here in this world and go get it.
Right.
You know, because at the end of the day, I still got a family. I have kids. You know what I'm saying? And I have my own responsibilities.
Question.
Yes, sir.
When was the last time you challenged yourself to something and you took it serious and accomplished it? Like you really focused on, locked in on a challenge. Because my philosophy is challenges make you grow. And if so, what challenge was that?
And I'm still dealing with this challenge. And my son, he's 18, he's graduating. He graduated this year, finna hit off the PV. And I always told my wife. And I've been with, Sean has been my son, when he was a year and a half, 2 years old. And I raised him as my own, he is my son. No fans and buts about it. I always told my wife, I always told my pastor that I would never ever in my lifetime allow his biological to step foot in my house. Never. Because he caused me so many issues. Never would I allow him. And I ate crow. I invited, he came to our church, when he came to the church one day.
His biological dad.
We invited him. He came and showed up. I'm like, he really showed up. Then after church was over, I invited him to my house.
What happened?
It went good.
No, I mean like what happened as far as like what made you invite him to the house?
Two reasons. Is that how can I sit here and tell other people to do the right things and I ain't doing the right thing?
And you think letting him in your house was the right thing to do?
It showed my son that I'm going to do anything I can for him to have some type of relation with his dad, his biological, because I was raised without a father. And I promised myself and also my pastor that I was going to do everything I can to make sure he has some type of relationship with his dad. Is everything peaches and cream right now? No, sir, it's not.
Hey, so do you think that you allowing him to step in your house enhance their relationship?
I don't know, DK. I don't know. But it made me back off a little bit. It made me become vulnerable a whole lot because my guards, they're still up. Not as much, but they're still up. But I had to humble myself and take myself out the equation at that point in time to show my son Because last thing I want to do is make my son feel that I didn't do everything I could so that he can have some type of relation with his biological. I don't want that I don't want that blood on my hands. I don't want it on my hands. And if it doesn't happen, not because I interfere, because he didn't do his part.
Mm-hmm.
I did everything I can to raise my son. Everything, DK. Everything within my limited ability.
Limited ability.
My limited ability. I did everything
Your
I can.
choice of words are just so beautiful.
They are limited. So, and I had to trust and believe God that.
Wait, how many cut you up? I'm still stuck on a limited ability thing. Are we really limited?
Yes, sir.
To our abilities?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
And I'm asking that because we here are here to create, right? So I feel like anything that we could think, we could achieve, right? Mm-hmm. So there's no limit on that. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. The reason I say limited ability, DK, is because a lot of times we do things without limited abilities, because some of the things that we do in life, we can do a whole lot more. We can accomplish a whole lot more, but because of our limited amount of thinking, and because God said that there are so many things He wants to show us, that because of our sin nature, He can't show us these things because we have any limited ability. The Word of God says that although I'm an adult male, I'm still give you milk instead of meat. Milk represents our limited ability. Meat represents the things, the substance that God wants us to do. When you're a baby, DK, what do they feed you when you're a baby?
Formula
milk. Because why? Because it's easy to digest, right?
Right.
The Word of God, although you may be 50 years or 60 years old, you come to church every day, your pastor is still feeding you milk because you can't conceive or receive the things that God has in store for you. So therefore, I can't feed you meat, because if I feed you meat, you'll choke on it. But so I got to still feed you this bottom stuff to offer you to receive that stuff. So that's your limited ability.
Understood. I got it now.
We can achieve. My wife, she achieved a doctorate. Do I think she's better than that? Yes, I do. Because why? Because my Word of God tells me she is. He said we're joint heirs. He said not only that you're a conqueror, you're an overcomer. See, we're still overcoming things in our life that we haven't yet to overcome. Because we don't know the things that God has from us, because we don't know what He say. People might look at this podcast, man, oh, you doing talking about God? Yeah, I'm talking about God because I know where I'm coming from. I know what the Word of God says. The problem is that you don't know what He say.
Right.
And so therefore, if you don't know what He say, how can you believe? And if you don't believe, how can you know what He say?
You won't.
So we'll go to school and read a book to pass a test, to get a degree. But we will read the Word of God to help you get there. Who will give you the ultimate prize, which is salvation. Mm-hmm. Let me get off that. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. And that's the beautiful thing about my podcast, is that the questions I ask, it just makes people open up and be so transparent. And I believe in transparency.
Yes, sir.
So when people start talking, I just let them go. You got it. You got it.
Okay.
So you said you're still dealing with the challenge today.
Yeah.
So when would the challenge be completed? Like, you know how you put a check mark, it's completed, or does that, or in this situation, or it's never completed? Like, what?
With my son? I'm learning, DK, that I got to just let him go. Because I did everything I can. I'm not saying let him go completely, but I just got to stand back and let him do it. He's 18 years old now. The age of accountability is 12 years of age. He's a grown man. He's 18. Now, you might have grown men that's like 30 years old and still thinks like a child. But he proved himself in a lot of ways. He has to grow up. And the things that he's going to learn, be it good or bad, is going to be from his own experiences. Now, I'm not going to let him fall flat on his face. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to be there for my son. But in some areas, I just got to let him go and experience some things to where my concern, DK, is that he's going to go somewhere. It's going to teach him differently than what he was raised in, and the things that sustain him up until now, that he loses focus on that.
And that brings us back to the Bible. I can't remember exactly which verse it is or which scripture it is, but it says something like, train a child in a way
that he must go, and he'll never depart from it.
So if you feel like you did your part, you shouldn't have no worries.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And
because you just told me you did everything you could.
I did.
So what's the worry?
As a father, as this earthly vessel here, I'm not perfect, and I don't make no excuses. I just don't want him hurt.
That's understandable.
I don't want my son hurt. And because if you hurt my son, you hurt me.
Definitely.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, DK. You hurt my son, the other Mike might see. Hey, he ain't a good person, man. I'm being totally honest, people. You hurt my son and my family, you're gonna see the other Mike. He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
You don't want that version, huh?
Nah, I don't want that version. And that's not to be mean. It's just that I don't want nobody to hurt nobody in general, man.
Right.
You know, and that but when you sit there and you pour your life and substance and into your family to make them better, you don't want no one to come in and hurt that. You know, as a father and as a protector of your house, you don't want nobody to you know.
Sure do.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
Yeah, and so and I want him to prosper and be in good health. Like I said earlier, the Word of God said, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health. I want him to be in good health. I don't want anybody to hurt him. But I know that in essence, for to build him up, he's going to go through some heartache and pain. I know he is, and it's going to make him strong because he has a good foundation. See, his foundation wasn't built on sand that you pour water on and it's going to fade away. No, he's been built on the solid rock of Jesus Christ. I know where his foundation lies. I know where it lies. I hope that he doesn't forget.
I hope he don't forget.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's going to forget because like you said, he was brought up on Jesus Christ. So
Yes, he was.
he may stray away. We all stray away at times.
That's
but
true.
if that foundation is solid, we're going to find our way back.
I totally agree.
Whether it takes 6 months or 3 years, but we're going to find our way back.
I strayed away, came back. Sure did.
One last one. I'm going to let you get up out of here. I have 2 more, but I just want to pick one.
Oh, you can ask both of them. I mean, no problem.
Okay. Is being fearless an illusion? Is being fearless an illusion?
I think so. God said he didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of a spirit of love and of a sound mind. He didn't say he gave me the spirit of fear. Anytime that I went to pull a car over, I don't know what that person might do. He might have just shot and killed somebody. I don't know. I didn't fear that person, but I was very cautious. Sometimes we fear things, DK, you already defeated yourself. My son, he's playing AU basketball. No, I'm sorry. This year they're playing football and basketball, but I'm gonna say football when they play Katy Patel. Is that how you say it? Patel. And football in playoffs, and that team destroyed every team that they beat that they came against. My son, we're going to lose. I said, son, you're going there with a defeated attitude. Why are you fearful of them? You already defeated yourself because you see you're scared of them.
He done created a picture in his mind already.
Yeah, so he created an illusion that he's scared of them. And guess what they went out there and did?
Lost.
They lost horribly. He didn't play as well, but that's just an example. So is fear an illusion? Yeah, because God didn't give us that a spirit of fear.
So where does fear come from?
Fear
If
is
God didn't give it to us, then where did it come from?
fear is derivative of that 3-letter word, sin. See, let's go back to the beginning, what the word tells us in Genesis. God made Adam and Eve and said, I give you everything, but don't eat of that fruit, that tree of in the midst of the garden, the tree of good and evil. Their life was perfect. They didn't fear. He would walk around in the garden, stroking the lions. He named all those lions and tigers. He named all those things. Wasn't fearful of none of those things. Nothing. Why? Because God made him that way. The God I serve don't fear nobody. So if my God has no fear and there's no fear in him, why is he gonna make me to have fear in me?
Right.
He didn't say that. He said, I give you a power, love, and a sound mind, not fear. So here comes sin because he disobeyed God's commandment. So now here comes sin. Sin sets in fear, discontent, hatred, anger, fighting, killings. Sin brings in all those things that goes against what God created us to be. So is it an illusion?
It is.
It is. It's something from the devil. He said he's a roaring lion, seeking the earth who he may kill, steal, and destroy. Fear does what? It destroys us.
Sure do.
It destroys you. Now, if I didn't have some type of backbone in my back towards my family, where would we be today? Where would I be today if I got so scared that I was too scared to leave home and go? Fear.
Still been at home, I guess.
Still been at home. Like my older brother is. He ain't doing nothing. That's another story. But fear, we put fear on a pedestal, and then it becomes part of our life. It becomes part of our addiction. It becomes part of our mindset. It becomes part of our intellect. It becomes part of us to where we fall prey to fear. So that's not a part of our makeup that God gave us. We put that there. Is fear in the dictionary? Yes, it's in there. It's in there. But that's not in the makeup of God. Didn't give us that.
It's not.
He said we are more than conquerors. King David, when he was a little ugly ruddy boy keeping the sheep back there on the mountaintop, back there behind the mountain, and that big old giant from the Philistine army, Goliath, come and challenge the army, the army of Israel, the army of God. Saul, who was the king, was scared to. And all the guys, Saul was the king. He was scared to face Goliath. Here come little ugly ruddy David, little bitty thing. He said, "Why are y'all fearful of this uncircumcised Philistine giant?" He said, I didn't conquer my bear. I didn't conquer my lion. So Saul said, David said, no, I can't take your armor because I haven't proven myself in that armor. I'm going to take my slingshot and my rock, and I'm going to go slay this giant. And what he did, he slayed Goliath. Mm-hmm. He slayed him. Where was fear at? Nowhere in that did he mention fear. David said, I conquer my bear and my lion. He didn't say I was fearful of him. He said, I conquered him because God gave me, he didn't give me a spirit of fear. He said, we're more than conquerors. We're overcomers. David overcame Goliath. Job overcame Satan. Job lost everything he had. Everything. Then God gave him blessing 2-3 times fold.
2-3 times more.
Yes, he did. He didn't mention fear nowhere in there. But we mention it. And when fear sets in, that's when we lose focus. We lose track of everything that God has placed before us. And that he said we can achieve anything that we set our mind to, not fear.
Not fear.
Not fear.
So Fear is an illusion.
Fear is an illusion that we put there. That Satan has put there. Sin has created that, not God.
I've never looked at it that way until today.
It's not, man. I mean, it's not. I mean, why should we fear any? Why should we fear any man? Why? I mean, I know it sounds kind of maybe crazy, but why should we? Oh God, man, I don't fear nobody.
Especially when we are created equally.
That goes back. We don't know what the word says. The people say, well, the Bible's been chopped up and removed, and I don't care about if all of it ain't in there. I'm going to read and believe and have faith with it, what that says, because the Bible says you cannot conceive everything from God. If you can't receive that, how can you conceive everything from God?
Right.
He only gave you a small portion there, but you want everything else. But you can't receive that much, the size of a mustard seed, but you want everything else, and you're so worried about how many books been left off the Bible. Come on, man.
You're getting too deep for me today.
I'm sorry, DK.
You're getting too deep for me today. But it's the truth, though.
It's the truth. It's the truth, and you know, there's a thing I got off Facebook, and it had a blue pill, had the word truth written on it in the person's mouth, his teeth. He said, truth is a hard thing to swallow. But we would really accept fear, hatred, lies, and deceit, and live on those things. But truth is a hard pill to follow. But swallow. But you accepting hatred, fear, discontent. You accept that type of stuff.
Why? What is it though? Why?
Because we don't. Baby, hold that thing up. Hold that up. My Bible. Bring me that, please. Yeah, bring me that. Thank you, babe. I love you. This is why. Because we don't know what the Word of God says. This man told me, I think I told you this here, DK. This man told me he read the Bible from front to back. I said, okay, tell me what you learned. So you think it was a big trophy that you read the Bible front to back? I'm 54. I've never read the entire Bible yet. I don't care if I read it, the entire Bible. I want to read one verse, and I want God to speak to me through that verse and give me some type of understanding of that so I can apply it into my life.
Right.
I don't care anything about reading the whole Bible. It's a whole lot of information in here. And the problem is that's what's in here. We don't read that, DK. DK, what? Let me talk to you, DK. Hey, tell me what the word said about this here. No, you can read it for yourself.
Right. Give me 1 second. My wife.
Okay, yes.
And she the only one that can get me to answer my phone on camera.
Hey, I'll tell you.
On camera. She the only one.
Respect the wife.
She the only one. Let me see if she want. I missed it. Let me call her right back.
Yeah, call the wife, man.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
You like a kid too.
Hey, babe, I'm almost done, okay? We made an interview right now. I got one more question. I'm going to be done. Give me like 15 minutes. I'm going to call you right back.
All right.
All right. Gotcha. My apologies.
No.
When it comes to her, she the only one that can get me to answer the phone. Everybody else call. Y'all got to wait.
Same thing with her. I mean, my chief talked to me one day and said, Chief, could you hold on for a moment? I said, my wife called her.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the phone.
I feel you on that. I'm glad we see eye to eye on that one.
I'm going to answer the phone. Yeah, I'm going to answer. Or
Yes,
text,
sir.
but I'm going to answer.
Yes, sir.
Because you never know. She might be hurting somebody. You never know. And I hate to miss that phone call.
Me too.
If she got in an accident and got hurt, or the boys, I'm going to answer the phone.
Right. Yep. So to answer that question, yes, fear is an illusion.
Fear is an illusion.
Gotcha. And for
Time I challenged myself to do something and took it seriously and actually accomplished it and did it was there's something that was very personal. I'd like to say about 3 years ago, I recorded a short film with my family, my father, my brother, and my 3 sons, and I called it Love and Legacy. It's a short film. It's on YouTube right now. You can go check it out.
definitely will.
Yeah, I think it'll be a blessing to you. And at that time, we all lived in different cities. We all lived in different cities, and it was so good when we were together and how we were sharing, how, you know what I'm saying? We were just talking. And right then, after we recorded, I said that my goal was to get us all in one city at one time. I had no idea how that was gonna happen. I didn't know where it was gonna be or anything. And then over time, things just started happening. The company that I was working for at the time had a location here in Houston. So I got the transfer and I came to Houston. Then from there, I moved my brother here to live with me. After that, I moved my father here to live with me. My oldest son was already here with my 2 grandchildren. And then now my aunt, who was in the movie as well, she just moved here just this weekend. So that was long term, but that was definitely something that I saw, had no idea how I was gonna get it done, but I had it in my heart and mind that it was gonna happen, and now it's happening. Now we've all relocated here to Houston, and we're here together.
Was it hard to get them to come?
At first, because my father and my aunt, they're both 81 years old, so they had been in the Chicagoland area for over 60 years.
And it's hard. People resist change.
All day, every day. Again, but again, we said this earlier, and maybe that's the theme of the podcast. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. But transformation and actually leaning into that change, that's a choice.
That is a choice.
And they had to make the choice to come here, and I had to convince them. And I did, and they're happy now. They are so happy that they made that choice.
That's good. That's good. Well, I heard you say it's personal, so I mean, you don't have to share nothing personal in your life if you don't want to.
No, man, I want to.
That's just a disclosure.
No, but I want to because I think, real talk, I think so many people are surface that it's hard to reach people sometimes. Like being real is what we need, because come on, man, most of the stuff on social media is overblown and everything is great. And in our real lives, man, life ain't great all the time.
It's not.
So they need to see somebody that's real.
It get ugly sometimes.
Bruh. And then also y'all need to see somebody with some gray hair talking about how they're having a good time. Or a hard time rather. You know what I mean? And you know, younger brothers like you need to be around guys like me who's really real about their situations and circumstances so that you can really learn. So
I agree. 100%.
All of it's on the table today. Let's talk about it.
I agree.
Y'all did it. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. Y'all made it all the way to the very end. Very end. What y'all think about this video? What y'all think about their challenges? What y'all think about their responses? What y'all think about how they grow through it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. And then also share some of your stuff. Let's see what challenges y'all took on. Let's see how did y'all grow through it. I want to know. I want to know because I'm interested in that. I'm interested in knowing. So yeah, let me know. And let's keep this community growing. Let's keep it growing. And y'all know how we make it grow? We share it with different people. We share it. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. And comment on it, and like it, or subscribe to it. Because y'all know I love y'all. And I just want to say thank y'all for supporting me on this journey. I truly, 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 truly appreciate y'all. So much. So much. Thank you again. Peace.